Hello, BookTube. Tuesday. I've had a busy day already, and I have a busy evening, but there's this little slot of time here in the middle of the day, which is all mine, and I was excited to use it to do this video. It's going to be a hybrid video, a bit of a nonfiction November catch-up, and a discussion of a book I read on a buddy read, Perdido Street Station. And this is quite a work. I finished it last night. We've had a Voxer group together, everybody discussing it. And great fun, very insightful. And so everyone who reads it must converse. Noah was with us. Ernest Lee Eston, who I've done buddy reads with before. Stanislaw Lem, I've done a read with him. I think it was Solaris. Then Arkady and Boris Strugatsky, Hard to be a God. I think I've done another one with him too. Can't remember. But always great fun. I learned a lot from him. And then Bookish Bryants. Really enjoyed their channel and enjoyed their conversation on this very much. And then Full Beard Lit. So Full Beard Lit is a blog, and I'll link all this down below. So I'm going to start with China Mieville, and then I'll get to the nonfiction November stuff. So Perdido Street Station, here's our author. Easy to find stuff about him on YouTube. I do own another one of his books. I have no idea, just picked it up because I saw his name. So Perdido Street's the first one I've read, but I also have this one. And I don't know if this has anything to do... yeah, I don't think it may have something to do with this, but I don't know. I'm not going to dig around in it to find out. So this world we're at is sort of also a hybrid, right? It's got a steampunk vibe, fantasy elements, science fiction elements, pacing almost like a thriller in some ways. Some philosophy, a lot of anthropology, I think, of these different races, which is great fun. So in other words, it's great world building. It's a dark, dingy, pretty gruesome world. So let me see here. So it's New Crobuzon is the city. It's a city on a river in a bay. It's a city of mixed alien-type creatures of all sorts of descriptions. There's also the remades, which reminded me a lot of Borg from the Star Trek The Next Generation. It was pretty creepy. There's a scientist, Isaac, who's sort of the center of the whole thing. Brilliant, unconventional. I have trouble with my English today. And through a series of accidents, all sorts of pandemonium breaks loose. It's a story of invasive species, messing around with Mother Nature, which is something that's constant here. It's a very cruel world. It's very corrupt. The government's corrupt. They have a militia. They have a government in power that's going to stay in power, but is also behind the scenes working with the underworld element. And this is where everything goes bad. So we follow our heroes. We have a reporter, a woman reporter. We have a Garuda, and a Garuda is like a bird race, humanoid bird race, who sort of sets things in motion with money and a thing it desires that leads to all the problems. We have a corrupt faculty at a university, faculty head anyway, and we have unfettered research. So it's a story that does got some initial world building and the philosophy of it all in the beginning, but it's fascinating. And then sheer action after action mixed with those other elements. So without giving the story away, this is a very well-known book. And it lived up to the hype for me. And never a dull moment. I never wanted to put it down. Of course, I had to. I got other things to do in life. But it didn't take long to get through as far as reading time itself. So I would highly recommend it if you like that sort of thing. And I'm sure some of the other folks on the read along will have things to say about it. And so moving from there to the nonfiction November, I finished The Long Pursuit, Reflections of a Romantic Biographer by Richard Holmes. So that's one of them out of the way. And that was a good book. It was a series of portraits and his interactions with romantic era figures, men and women. And then part of the story of being a biographer. So he's done this is like the third book of that for him, that type of reflection on being a biographer. And I have interlibrary loaned the first two. A lot of you have probably read them. I don't have the titles off the top of my head, but he's quite a biographer, and reading these pieces by him was great fun. So I've ordered the other two, and I'll read those too. Probably not in time for Nonfiction November, but that's fine. That's a nice thing about Nonfiction November. It leads you to other nonfiction. At work, on my desk, where I got to go back in tonight, I have Virginia Woolf's Common Reader. I've just finished the part on Jane Austen. It's been wonderful. And that's going really well. I'm well into Hilary Mantel Mantelpieces. Where am I at on that? I'm about to start Some Girls Want Out. It's a piece she did in 2004. These are all from the London Review of Books, articles she's done. I'm a big fan of London Review of Books, and so these nonfiction pieces by her have been great fun. Of course, a lot of you will know her for her fiction, historical fiction, Wolf Hall and all that. Here's a picture of her. So I'm probably will finish that in the next couple days. I've been reading this David McCullough, The Pioneers, a heroic story of the settlers who brought the American ideal west. I'm a big fan of McCullough. It's the establishment of Marietta in Ohio, on the Ohio River. And it's the New England element so far moving down into there and what they bring with them and how they deal with this promising but challenging landscape. And it's got McCullough's pacing, it's got his storytelling verb, but it's and it's just into a direction where I don't read a lot. General area stuff around there I know enough to really enjoy the narrative. So we'll have to see how it goes. So far so good. What am I on that? Only on page 79. But it's got plenty of illustrations. There's Manasseh Cutler, Mover and Shaker. Here you go. So this I'll get through pretty quick. So that was my nonfiction November. What else? Oh, I've been reading comic books and trying to catch up with some of my stuff, but I got that much to go. I got piles of comic books to finish, and that's always fun. But they keep showing up at the comic shop, and I keep adding to the pile. So I need to catch up a little bit. I read 8 or 9 of them yesterday. So, yeah, a little mix of what's going on around here. Like I say, it's a beautiful day, although the weather's about to change. But we're getting some stuff done, getting some reading done. Again, everybody was on that Perdido Street Station read along. That was great fun, and with the conversation still going on, and I'm loving it. So I hope all is well, and be well. Thank you, BookTube.